I'm Carolyn Davis. Some of you might remember me as Carolyn Richard. I had the luxury of being a high school graduate from Opie High School, 1982, walked the halls during that time, but I also had the luxury of coming back and being a coach and a teacher and a school counselor here at Opie High School. I started in, I think, 97, something like that. Spent 24 years till I retired in 2021.
Major accomplishments, state championships, etc.
Well, the major accomplishments obviously are the relationships that you develop with, in mine, young ladies, because I was able to coach junior high volleyball, a head coach for 24 years. I was the assistant junior high basketball and assistant high school basketball for 24 years, whatever I was here for. It all runs together. But developing those relationships and fostering the leadership in young ladies so they develop into strong young women today that, they strong moms, they strong in their community, their careers. So that's the best part when you're a teacher, watching young ladies grow. But obviously winning games, state championships. I was lucky to be part of the first state championship in 1981 on the girls' side, and winning three more state championships as the years went by. Winning big games is a big thing, but you remember the losses also. Winning the big games that you really had no business winning. One of them that really sticks out in my mind, I think Beth Martin Skowski now was a senior. We won a sub-state championship game to get the opportunity to go to Hayes or Manhattan, whichever it was. But winning those type of games is what really sticks with you as well.
You talked about having relationships with girls and then watching them blossom into women and parents and wives, etc. Do you know of any specific ones that you coached and then that had their kids come through?
It's kind of funny because when you're here long enough that you get a coach not only high school, junior high kids, and then pretty soon you stick around long enough and you're here long enough to have their kids. And that is what's really kind of cool. Eventually you catch yourself calling them their daughter's name or their mom's name or vice versa. It's really kind of cool that a lot of people don't get to experience. And during that time, it brings back memories of a kid's mom or something like that just sticks out. And you think, man, they're a lot tougher than their mom was, or you know what, they didn't play the game quite like their mom. And so those kind of things stick out.
So you've kind of already touched on this, but describe your experience at OHS, athlete, work ethic, relationships, etc.
Well, here's the thing on that. I remember when I was starting junior high, because girls sports was just coming on. I spent lots of times playing on the playground at Knights Columbus. So when I started junior high, and it was pretty cool, I was lucky to have some really amazing coaches starting out. Mr. Von Stein, gosh darn, he was tough. But you know what? I'll never forget Mr. Von Stein. We could play pickup when we had snow days, and we all got together, high school, junior high, boys, girls, didn't matter. And I dribbled the baseline and I picked the ball up right by the lane. And I remember him yelling at me, and probably not a very kind voice. But you know what? I got better, and that stuck with me, and it made a difference. But from there, then I was lucky to have Mr. Nelson. In high school, I had Deb Schneider as a volleyball coach, Mr. Oglesby. And the thing about those guys, we had really good coaches in junior high and high school that not just cared about sports, but the importance of working hard, being committed, and having high expectations. So that instilled with me at a young age that carried on that I wanted to carry on when I came back here and spent 24 years in the school system here is I wanted to help create opportunities that I got to experience as a young kid. And I wanted our kids to come through and have the same opportunities that I did, going to state tournaments, making memories, and again, instilling the values that turn you into a very strong young lady, a successful businesswoman, a successful mom, and somebody that is committed in their family life each and every day.
So, Carolyn, you've definitely had a unique experience because you were obviously raised in the Opie community, but you were taught and coached by Jesse Nelson. And then you were able to come back and coach with Jesse Nelson, which I know is, you two have a great relationship. Obviously, anyone who's watched you guys coach together know that you can feed off of each other and you just synced. So if you want to talk just a little bit about that and that experience to be able to work with him.
Well, the experience that us at Opie is very unique because when coaches come, they stay and they stay for many different reasons, and the big thing is our community and the support and they just come to stay. Like when I graduated in 1982, I had no plans to come back. And when I realized that, Opie's a pretty good place to find somebody to get married, to settle down, raise a family, and then come back and work was an amazing opportunity. I'm just fortunate to be able to work with Nelson. We had a lot of good times together. We had some big losses together. We had some big wins together, but just every day that friendship that developed and fostered through the years is pretty special.
In your opinion, and again, I think you've touched on a lot of this, but in your opinion, what makes Opie a special place to live, raise a family, go to school, represent in athletics?
It's funny that you asked this question. I was coming home last night from work and I thought all the new people that are moving back to our community, that they graduated from here, they're building new houses in today's economy that might not be happening, but they too understand the importance of what family means, what our community means, what the opportunity for their kids to experience success. So there's a reason that people are coming back to this area, and a lot of it is all tied together. Our school is one piece of the puzzle with our community, our watching these other people volunteer within our community, watching our young kids in high school volunteer and do things, and they're active with the honor flight program that is so special within our community. So the commitment that our grandparents, our parents instilled before we were even born, the work ethic, the high expectations that kids around here expect to win and they expect good things to happen. And that's what's really cool is that those expectations that we foster on the athletic fields, in our hallways here at Opie High School, carry over to our everyday life, that we are committed in our jobs that we go to every day. We expect good things because we work hard every day. And that was instilled with the traditions many, many years ago. And we're just lucky to be a part of.
Any special moments that stand out to you that you would like to share?
Well, the special moment that I remember quite well, and I said it earlier, Mr. Von Stein, junior high coach, coaching girls. And you thought he was tough on the football field. He was tough on the basketball court for junior high girls. That sticks out in my mind. I dribbled the baseline. I picked it up. It was a snow day. We all came in and had a pickup game, which we could do back then. We can't do today. We all walked to school, and I remember him yelling at me, probably not in the best voice, but that right there instilled with me to get better. and don't whine about it. I got better and I developed into a decent player by the time I got out of here. So I remember that. I just remember that our kids were committed to whatever we wanted to do, like ever we wanted to achieve. You know, we never talked about winning the state championship, but we talked about we have to do more than the person down the road, the team down the road. We have to do more. And we brought it to our players. And you know what? They believed in us. Our kids bought into what we did and they trusted us that good things were going to happen. And for the most part, good things did happen.
So I think the last question I'm going to do as a group about what do you believe it means to be an Opie Eagle and does it stick with you regardless of where you are now? Is there anything else that you want to add to this?
Well, I'm just telling you, you look around our gym, you see lots of state championships, you see lots of cool things that a lot of people do, but it's the specialness, number one, to walk the halls and be an Opie Eagle. It is the pride that is instilled in these hallways that go back many years, not just recently. The work ethic that our kids are still not afraid to work. I've always said Opie has good kids because they have good parents. They have good community. And I still believe that today. And it's going to keep working and working. I mean, you see the amount of dedication that these people on the Opie Fitness Park Committee are doing to make this a reality, this dream that they had a reality. And those are things that they learned years ago in our hallways here at Opie High School that their parents did, their grandparents did. And it's a place that is very special, that doesn't happen everywhere around the area, and one that we are lucky all to be a part of.